Good afternoon everybody from home. Welcome along to a wee video this afternoon. I'm actually going to be cooking from home this afternoon, so if you're interested, please watch along. We're going to be cooking today mussels in a tomato and chili sauce. I'm going to leave all the ingredients, all the method at the end of the video on the description if you'd like to try it at home, but it's certainly one thing that we do love, so just going to do that. Please follow along with me if you're interested, and remember, just hit that like and subscribe button. It's absolutely free. So without any further ado, let's go. Right, I've done some wee bit of preparation earlier. We've got about half a glass of very dry white wine. It's a Chenin Blanc from Pearl Valley in South Africa. We've got some quartered vine grown tomatoes, tomato puree, finely chopped shallots, salt, pepper and a wee bit of sugar, some chilies and garlic, some parsley, zest of a lemon and lemon juice. So that's basically the ingredients, and of course the mussels, which I've just debearded and washed. They're just draining over the sink. So if you want to follow on, let's go. Of course everybody, when you're cooking you must keep hydrated, it's very important. So cheers, we're going to have a wee Madry today while we're doing the cooking, so follow along. Thanks for joining me. Lovely, cheers. Okay folks, I'm slowly heating some 2 tablespoonsful of olive oil in the wok, as you'll notice. What you mustn't do is let it go too hot. Don't let it smoke, just let it be nice and warm. And then when it gets warm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the shallots, the garlic and chilli, and just soften them up. So the oil's heating nicely now, so we'll just wait for that to heat through. Okay, you're back with me. I'm going to just stick in the shallots. You'll just hear that there's a wee sizzle coming off the shallots. And we're going to stick in the garlic and the chilli. And we're going to soften them all up. Cook them through for a couple of minutes just to let them soften. And the tomato paste, which is again a tablespoonful of that, which, as I say, had it all measured out earlier. Stir through the tomato puree or tomato paste, whatever you want to call it, with the shallots, the garlic and the chilli. And just let that cook through. Just going to turn the gas down a wee bit. You don't want it to overcook. Just going to soften that a wee bit, let it cook through, and then we're going to add the tomatoes. That's the tomatoes added. Just let them cook through for about half a minute. And then we're going to add the lemon zest. Pity we didn't have smell-o-vision on the camera. I'm quite glad it's focusing on the wok because you don't want to see my ugly mug. So there we are, that's just cooking through nicely. I'm just going to add now the salt and pepper and the sugar. The sugar will help to bring the flavour out of the tomatoes and also the tomato puree. Stir in the lemon juice. and the white wine. So that's going to cook through for about 3 to 4 minutes, and you can join me back once that's cooked through. Okay, we're going to bring that back to the boil and let it cook through, and as it comes back to the boil, the tomato paste will help thicken the sauce, in theory. Just putting in another couple of wee bits of lemon rind. And that's cooking through, it's just coming back to the boil, and we'll turn down and simmer. We're going to stick the lid on. Just going to stick the lid on and let that sweat back into the pan. So we're going to cook that for about 5 to 6 minutes, and it will let it thicken. And then after that we're going to add the mussels, and we're probably going to cook for 3 to 4 minutes with the mussels. Remember, if any of the mussels don't open, just discard them, because we don't want them to give anybody any dicky tummies. So if any mussels don't open, just discard them. While this is cooking through the sauce and letting it thicken, I've put some garlic bread into the oven, and we're going to dip the garlic bread. What I've done is I've cut up a couple of ciabatta rolls, and I've covered them with some garlic butter and some parsley. So we're going to have that just to dip in the sauce and help mop up the mussels. As we're just having this as a starter today, I've cooked about half a kilo of mussels. If you're doing it as a main course, I would recommend doing a kilo of mussels for 4, and it will certainly give you a good portion, a kilo of mussels for 4. It's very reasonable. About a kilo of mussels will cost you probably just under a £5, and it will feed 4. Okay folks, that's the sauce thickening, so we're going to add the mussels. The mussels gone into the pan, mixing around with that sauce, and I'm going to put the lid back on to increase the heat. And hopefully they'll cook through nicely and open. As I say, discard any of the ones that don't open when you're cooking them. Just keep giving it a regular stir through, so as the shells open, it will absorb some of that liquid and add to the flavour. The shells are beginning to open now, so they're absorbing a lot of the liquid in the sauce. Just as they start to open, just throw in some parsley that I've actually got growing in the garden, so it's nice and handy. Really just adds a bit of colour more than anything else to the dish. The shells are opening nicely in these. And we'll stir through, and we'll cook them for about another 2 minutes, and they're going to be ready to serve. If you've enjoyed this wee cook along, please hit the like button. Please leave any comments, good or bad, on the bottom. It just shows that anybody commenting, whether it's good or bad, has been watching, which is appreciated. Thanks to all those that have done so far. That's thickening nicely. So we'll just give them about another 20 seconds or so, and I'll see how the garlic bread's getting on. should be alright. The garlic bread will be ready in a couple of seconds, so it should all come together at the right time. Well, at least that's what we hope. I'm just going to keep the heat in that for a wee bit. And wash this down with a lovely dry crisp white wine, or a rosé if you fancy a rosé instead of the white. I'm not a great believer in you should be drinking this with that and that with that. You should drink what you like, and if you like it red, have a red. Yeah, those are nicely out. I'm just going to check on the bread and then we'll put them on the serving plates so we can eat. So there we have it, mussels in tomato and chilli sauce. As I said, I'll leave all the ingredients and the method in the description if you're interested. So if you've liked this, please leave a like and a comment. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. It's really appreciated you watching. And if you want to see more wee cooking videos, please give me a shout and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, this is Alan from Alan's Homemade Blog saying bon appetit.